Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Dominica and this is Cooking with Domi, my new series where I am cooking recipes from around the world, and today we are starting with Italy! Woo, woo, woo. If you're watching from Italy, type in a little Italy flag comment below. Otherwise, we're gonna get straight to it, and today I am going to be making Bistecca alla Fiorentina, which is a big old T-bone steak, and risotto alla Milanese. And we're gonna get started on that, so let's get cooking. All right, so we're gonna start by getting our T-bone steak on the eye. Let's get the burner on a medium heat. I just realized I ran out of olive oil, so hopefully I don't need that for the risotto, but I'm gonna be greasing up the pan and then we're gonna be tossing the steak right on to the pan once it is warmed up. For the risotto, we're getting a medium saucepan out and we're gonna put that on medium as well. The recipe calls for, in a medium saucepan, bring the chicken stock to a simmer and keep warm, and we need 5.5 cups of chicken stock. I unfortunately do not have chicken stock, but I do have chicken broth. So I've got some low sodium chicken broth that I'm going to put in the pan. That was the first one, and now we're adding 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it called for 5.5. So we're gonna let that come to a simmer. Okay, please don't judge my pan, but we're gonna add the steak onto the pan. And so for the bistecca, ooh, it does say brush the olive oil and I'm all out. But we've got onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So we'll add all of that on there right now. Our garlic powder. And I am just getting it on there. So we've got our onion powder. We've got our pink Himalayan salt. Our black pepper. We've got all of that but olive oil. It says that they make it medium rare. I just, unfortunately, if I'm gonna eat this, I need to have it well. Just a note, tip. Ooh, it's sticking. Oh no. Okay, I turned the heat down a little bit. I'm gonna add some of that onion powder on the other side, garlic powder, and pepper. Okay, now let's see what the next steps are for the risotto. After putting the chicken broth, aka chicken stock, to a simmer in the medium saucepan where it's getting there, our next step is in another saucepan, heat olive oil. Oops, don't have the olive oil. But we're adding chopped onion, seasoned with salt, pepper, and cook over moderate heat, stirring until softened for about 5 minutes. And then adding the rice to cook for 1 minute. So let's chop the onion. Okay, so I've got 1 medium onion here, and let me just peel it. All right, now that that's all chopped up, I'm gonna get another saucepan out and we're gonna cook the onions for 5 minutes and then put in the aborillo. Hopefully that's right. I feel like I'm saying everything very like Latin or Hispanic, like aborillo. Is that how you say it? Either way, aborillo rice, and get that on to the eye. I'm gonna get this on, or in the saucepan, I should say. And we're gonna let that cook up for 5 minutes. While we also wait for our steak. It's still very, very rare. I think cooking it on a low heat is probably best for me wanting it to be well done. So we know that we have to add in the rice. And then right now, while we're waiting for those 3 different things, we're going to crumble saffron into the wine. And we needed a 1/2 cup of wine. I know that, 1/2 cup of dry white wine. And we need a pinch of saffron threads. I don't drink, so I didn't have any wine, but my neighbor did and was very sweet to give me a 1/2 cup of a white wine. I don't know if it's because I'm like getting older now. I'm like, that doesn't smell too bad. So I'm gonna just pour this in here just to make sure that this is a half cup. It sure is. Okay, let me just get it back in the cup. Got that back in the cup because you know what? I'm just gonna pinch the saffron right into that cup. When doing the research for this video, I did not realize that saffron is a very expensive and rare spice. And what I didn't know is that it's so hard to harvest. So I'm gonna do my very best in this moment to not mess this recipe up. This is what it looks like. So it says a pinch. I'm guessing this is a pinch. And it looks like the onions are cooking now. And we're just wanting the onions to get translucent. So we're almost there. Let's just put a timer on for 3 minutes. And let's flip the steak one more time. One juicy steak. Okay, that chicken broth now is at a boil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on like medium to low. And then you can see the saffron is sitting in the white wine right now in this little red solo cup. I love it, it's so cute. And let's see how much rice we need. I think we need 1.5 cups. We need 1.5 cups of arborillo. Is it arborio or arborillo? And honestly, this rice was actually hard to find. I had to go to Whole Foods to be able to get this rice. So we need 1.5 cups. Let's see, we got 2 minutes left on the onions, and then we can toss those in there. Add the rice and cook for 1 minute, stirring to thoroughly coat. Then we crumbled the saffron into the wine, and then you add the saffron in the wine mixture to the rice. Cook, stirring until the wine is absorbed. We got this, we got this. Now it is ready for the rice. So we need 1.5 cups. So there's half, 1.5. And then it says we need to cook that for 1 minute. So I've got the timer on. For 1 minute, we just stir. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna add the wine with the saffron, and it says, ooh, let that cook till fully absorbed. I'm gonna say about 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. So that took about 1.5 minutes, and now the recipe says to take about 1 cup of stock, and then continuously stirring this. I feel like this will probably take a few minutes. So I'm gonna keep stirring this and we'll come back. And now it says to keep adding 1/2 cup until fully absorbed. So now we're gonna add 1/2 cup and just keep going. Okay, so reading the instructions, it says the risotto is done when the rice is al dente and suspended in a thick, creamy sauce. It takes about 20 minutes in total, and then you can season the risotto with salt and pepper and stir in the cheese, butter, and parsley and serve immediately. So I'm gonna keep going at it with the risotto, keep adding 1/2 cup each time, and then we'll reconvene. And we'll reconvene together when it's time to put in the cheese, butter, and parsley. All right, we've got about 9 minutes left of what it looks like for the risotto, and I think the steak might be done to the consistency that I like. So I'm going to just pull it off and do a cut check. Look how beautiful that steak is. Let's see if it is to my desired. Oh, it is. Ooh, look at that. That looks so good.
Why you look so cute?
Because I'm filming. I just tried a bite of the T-bone steak. Absolutely immaculate. Let's finish the risotto. Now that the risotto is al dente, I am putting a tablespoon of butter in, 1/2 cup of Parmigiano cheese, and I'm gonna be mixing this in. The final step is to add in 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. All right, it is all done. So let's get this food plated. This risotto is looking so delicious. I'm just going to get a good heaping scoop on the plate. Now for the final taste test. Here it is. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited to be trying the risotto. It smells so good. That is really good. Now, a bite of the steak. I'm gonna rate this probably like an 8 out of 10. And let me know if you tried at home. I'll link the recipes that I used. I will see you back again next week for another recipe around the world with Cooking with Domi. Bye.